Tonight, you're planning on watching the ultimate soccer showdown. During the match, you'll probably drink vodka, which will lead to texting your ex and maybe dancing on the bar. You should be a little worried, but you aren't, because you're not going to do any of those things. Tonight, you're going to drink differently with RK, the world's first zero-proof spirit that tastes like the real thing. All the flavor, all the burn, none of the bad decisions. Drink differently and get some RK for the match at rkbeverages.com. Like the boys on the pitch, RK is redefining what alcohol-free can taste like. RK has been distilling alcohol-free spirits since 2011, and they deliver that familiar burn without the alcohol or the hangover. Drink differently and get some RK for the match at rkbeverages.com.
Good Wednesday morning. Welcome into the Morning Roast on Maine Sports Leader 92.9 The Ticket. Brian Sullivan, Greg Hirsch, Marqus Cesar here on this glorious little Wednesday morning. The roast presented by Next Home, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with the Next Home experience. We're in the Greenway Equipment Studios, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth, because nothing runs like a Deere. In Bangor Window Shade and Drapery, offering custom blinds, shades, drapes, outdoor awnings. Bangor Window Shade, 105 Main Street in Bangor. Greg, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. It is actually a nice day today, not dreary out there. So, I'll take it.
Marcus, how you holding up?
I didn't really get a chance to talk about it yesterday. Giannis in Miami. I am glad he's down in South Beach with us. I think he's going to love it. Those tax breaks go nuts, especially when you're making,
big money.
Yeah. I don't know. We gave up a lot for him. I told Bree about it when she got home yesterday. Yeah, I just played the SportsCenter clip, and she's like, "What? What? Are you kidding?" Yeah. She was pretty upset.
She thought it was too much.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
And also, with all the Giannis talk, it did take away from a pretty loaded NBA draft last night, where you had A.J. DeBonsa go number 1, Darren Peterson selected number 2 by the Jazz, Jaylen Brown still a member of the Celtics.
Yep.
And the Celtics draft Krusz Jr. from Houston, a guy who tells me he's going to protect the rim.
All right, cool. I'll take it.
Number 27 overall, they get him. ESPN had him as the number 19 prospect.
Right.
So people get him some kudos for that. So, yeah, NBA stuff still swirling all around. Red Sox, at some point, I think you can be mad and angry and frustrated about the Boston Red Sox. But when you look at the season that Sonny Gray is having.
Oh, completely.
It is infuriating.
Yeah.
That this team is this up to date? 32-45. Is that up to date?
I mean, give or take. No. Maybe give a loss, but yeah.
So they've won 30 games this year. They've won 32 baseball games, and Sonny Gray has won a third of them.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And you're just wasting it.
Yeah,
absolutely wasting it.
32-45, and he's got 9 wins. He's 9-1 on the season.
Yeah. He's been everything you possibly could have wanted and then some.
Yeah. He's going to be an all-star.
Yeah, without a doubt.
9 quality starts. I was looking up his stats. He's essentially been one of the top 5 starting pitchers in baseball.
But look at their pitching. It's ridiculous. You get the veterans, Suarez and Gray, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Sonny Gray tremendously so, but Suarez as well. And then your 2 rookies that you're like, see potential in. They pitch, they've had a game here or there, but they pitch really well. No run support.
So, the Red Sox get a 5-2 victory yesterday. And so, they are in Colorado for the rubber game of that, rubber match of that series, 3:10 first pitch this afternoon. So, it is interesting to say the least, just living in a world where the Celtics and Jaylen Brown were tip of the iceberg with where you go from here. Interesting as well. We'll hear from some talking heads about all that stuff too. But, give it a day to chew on it all. Marcus obviously still very excited. Where do you land on sort of the coming up short and what the Celtics did and did not do?
Right. It's, this whole thing is I was going to give it a stock down overall on everything.
Yeah.
But we'll jump into it right now. Who did this trade benefit? Like this whole thing. This thing is nuclear. This whole Giannis thing totally nuclear, really. Like, maybe someday this will benefit the Bucks.
Right.
Maybe someday. Did it benefit Miami? They lost a lot.
See,
They gave up a lot.
that's where I'm at.
Right.
Like, we really just got to see how the season goes and how everything plays out. Just because, like, that starting five, okay, sure. Like, Davion Mitchell, he can't score. Outside of, like, that play-in game against the Hornets, he didn't do anything on that end. He could assist like a son of a gun, but other than that, like, Norman Powell has had so many problems. He just couldn't stay in the game. He can go out there and get buckets, but
so you got Bam.
he's got to stay on the court.
Well,
you got Bam and Giannis.
You're gonna have to hope
That's it.
that some people that have made some money are going to want to come and join the crew, and some guys that aren't looking for big contracts will come in on whatever and fill out guys at the end of the line.
Yeah, and maybe they can do that.
But to your question, I think the Heat got better. The Heat will be better. I think nobody's really doing it the way that the Heat do it. To just two trees, two big glutes down there, trying to do it. It's an interesting way to handle it. And you'd think that if you get to a point where you have to take on the Spurs, like, okay, well, now we're gonna counterpoint you there. But you're right. I don't think you got seismically better. The Bucks took a massive step back, but acquired picks in the Celtics. Hey, I was gonna leave you, but
well, it certainly hurts the Celtics, though. Right? Like, potentially in terms of just relationship wise,
it helps the Portland Trailblazers because they own the Milwaukee Bucks first round picks for the next 3 years.
Right? Yeah, it helps them. And then, like, the Celtics involved in this. But did you really want Giannis? Because if you really wanted Giannis, like really wanted him, Giannis would be a Celtic.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Without a doubt. Yeah. So you kind of were like, I'm pretty interested in Giannis. Let's make sure Jaylen Brown is a train wreck for the foreseeable future.
And so from that, it says, stock up Hugo Gonzalez.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to be here so long, I will eventually get it through my head that it's Ugo. And I'll drop the H.
Yes, you're killing it.
But it's like that is... They didn't want to give up on Hugo Gonzalez.
Yeah.
They didn't want to give all their picks. Okay.
Yeah.
You better be a good, whatever it is. Starter, defender, whatever it is. Let's hear from some more, guys who are informed on this, including Brad Stevens, who talked last night after they took the kid out of Houston. But first, I want to tell you all about Goslin's Bakery, 334 Harlow Street in Bangor. Grab a breakfast sandwich on an English muffin or croissant, plus legendary donuts and pastries made since 1945. Or visit the new Goslin's Bakery and Deli next to Hannaford in Brewer. All right, Marcus, let's do it. All right, let's first up, after he took the kid out of Houston, Chris Senick Jr., Brad Stevens spoke with the media. Give me number 3 here, Marcus. We had our little indecent proposal moment there where this open relationship, Brad was allowed to go and talk to Giannis Redford Antetokounmpo, and now he's come back, and we're trying to figure
pick
it out.
Up the pieces.
Yeah. Or was like, well, I was thinking about you.
Yeah.
If that helps.
It
doesn't, Brad. It doesn't help. Trust me. Let's hear from Brian Windhorst, who says he doesn't think this is done and people want our guy. And of course it didn't.
Right. Yeah, there's going to be a bidding war for Jaylen Brown. Giannis is off the table. So, okay, what are we doing?
What's the return?
Yeah, what's the return on this? Because Giannis, you can make the case for. I mean, we did, right? We came around to it. And I think that's kind of, Celtics fans have been a little shook up since yesterday because you kind of, even the ones that didn't want it to happen, kind of made up their minds like, okay, I can roll with it. Now it's like, there's none of the Giannis out there.
Right. So, well, I don't know if they made a mess of it, but certainly their business is out on the street, and that's not usually how the Celtics run things.
No.
Keep things real close to the chest.
Sure.
And that's what Brad said that as well. Essentially, like, all this stuff doesn't come from us.
Right.
We're going to get into our What Year Do We Peak after the break. We got more stuff on the Celtics and the Sox and anything else that is on the minds of the many. Feel free to chime in if you're so inclined. Uno Pizzeria and Grill, where they have late night deals every night in the bar or lounge, 9 p.m. to close. Enjoy $6 apps, $5 cheeseburgers, $5 Indy cheese or pepperoni deep dish. That's at 725 Stillwater Avenue in Bangor. And if you want to catch the ticket awards, they are available on demand now. All those categories of excellence awarded, they are on demand. You can get it on 929theticket.com. Back with 1982, a year in the life of Maine sports fans next. Welcome back. 1982, the year that was. We continue our quest to figure out what year was the best. We're getting to it here. Let's see. The show is brought to you in part by Bangor Mall Cinemas, Greater Bangor's favorite hometown theater for over 40 years. Bangor Mall Cinemas features luxury recliners and an upgraded food menu. Find showtimes and reserve your seat at your neighborhood theater.com. Back in 82, it was probably Hoyt's, right? That's how I remember.
Oh, yeah. I think I still call it that sometimes.
You got to, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. 82, here we go. Just as we begin, as normal, the Patriots were 5-4, a strike-shortened season. They make the playoffs for the first time since 78, but they lose to the Dolphins in the wild card round. Red Sox are 89-73, third in the AL East. They do not make the postseason, but you got Dwight Evans winning a Gold Glove. All-stars include Yaz, Eckersley, and Mark Clear.
Good old Mark Clear.
Mark Clear. Celtics go 63-19. They lose to Philadelphia in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Philadelphia 76ers go on to lose to the Lakers. This is either Celtics, Lakers, and Philadelphia just annoying.
Still hanging around.
Yeah. But I believe, in revisionist history, I think this is actually correct. It's either, other than Philadelphia in 80, it's the Celtics or Lakers every year in the 80s, right?
Pretty much.
Win a championship.
Yeah, exactly.
Till the Pistons come in at the end.
Yep.
Let's see. You've got Bird wins a second consecutive MVP.
Yep.
Bird Magic rivalry is just palpable, but the Celtics don't win it all. Bruins go 37-27-16. They beat Buffalo, but lose to Quebec in the Adams Division Finals.
Yep.
Ray Bourque establishes himself as one of the hockey's elite young stars. They remain one of the NHL's most consistent playoff teams. Okay, on to our Black Bears. Baseball goes 39-12. They win the ACAC. They go to the NCAA Northeast Regional. They advance to Omaha. They defeat Stanford at the College World Series. They beat Cal State Fullerton. Kevin Bernier becomes a College World Series All-Star. It's arguably the state's biggest athletic accomplishment of 1982.
Yeah, incredible. Right. I mean, that's going to carry the 82.
Maine Black Bear football goes 7-4. Hockey still working their way towards. We got to wait till 88, 89, really. For hockey,
you
right?
really, Walsh is coming. Sean Walsh is coming.
Okay. Other stuff. Gandhi wins Best Picture. It beats E.T., Tootsie, The Verdict, and Missing. For New Englanders, The Verdict has a special significance largely because it was filmed and set in Boston.
Yeah.
50 top box office films are E.T., Tootsie, An Officer and a Gentleman, Rocky III, and Porky's.
And Porky's.
I'd watch. I come across any one of those things, I'd watch it to this day.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt.
The day that I was allowed to watch Porky's is a day that I shall never forget.
Oh my gosh,
I love Porky's.
I watched Porky's definitely when I was not allowed to watch Porky's. You know
right.
what I mean? Like it was, I sneaking it to the TV late. You know?
I think I went to school the next day and I couldn't even look my gym teacher in the eye.
Yeah, right. Or a collie.
Yeah, so there you go. Beyond the box office, 1982, you gave us Blade Runner, The Thing, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, First Blood, Poltergeist, and Tron.
Some good ones.
Some good ones there.
I don't know about Tron, but the rest of
I could never get into Tron. Yeah. And Poltergeist, too, is one that I revisit pretty consistently. Once every couple of years, let's watch Poltergeist.
Poltergeist was on heavy rotation on HBO.
Top 5 TV shows, 60 Minutes, Dallas, MASH, Magnum P.I., and Dynasty. The finale of MASH airs in 83 and remains one of the most ever watched television broadcasts ever, so we'll get to that next year. Grammy Album of the Year, Toto 4 wins.
Yep.
Remembered for songs like Africa and Rosanna. Top 5 selling albums, Asia, Beauty and the Beat, American Fool 4, and Freeze Frame. The Boston-based Jay Giles Band had one of the biggest albums in America that year. The VHS goes mainstream in 1982. Yep. VCR prices had fallen significantly. Video rental stores were spreading across Maine and New England. Home movie watching became a genuine alternative to theaters. See, this is, I think, there's people of a certain age that I just can't, I'd never lived in a world where it's the difference between like me and maybe Marcus and you and I.
Yeah.
I never lived in a world where I couldn't go rent a movie.
Right.
Marcus never lived in a world where you couldn't stream for $1.
Yeah.
Listen to any song you wanted.
Right.
For $4 to $20. Watch any movie you wanted, right?
That's fair. But like, there was a time where, I really like going down and renting a movie.
Sure.
okay.
Yeah, down near where the old Parodies used to be. There was like a rental place.
Yep.
Used to go there.
Yeah, thrill the hunt. Sure.
Exactly. Good way of putting it. Yeah.
That's right.
Let's see, but the VHS goes mainstream. It changes just like home viewing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we didn't have one at this stage of the game. But the other huge thing was right around this time, cable TV became common.
Sure.
Right? Like it was, we got cable probably in 81, 82, around here.
And that's also gives birth to the free HBO weekend. Free HBO weekend was just
amazing.
It was the best.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was incredible.
I would be in charge. We would go and we would buy VHS, like the 6th hour, and you just pop them in. And whatever, let's record whatever.
Get it on tape.
Baby Boom.
Get it on tape, whatever it takes.
Whatever the Mr. Mom and is it Gung Ho with Michael Keaton where he goes?
Yeah, Gung Ho. Those are
like my 3 on rotation that we always had.
Mr. Mom is phenomenal.
Let's see. Compact discs become commercially released. The CD would become one of the dominant music formats for nearly 2 decades. The birth of the internet era. Michael Jackson releases Thriller in November of 82. The Falklands War, one of the defining geopolitical events. The Tylenol murders.
Oh,
Chicago
that's a
Tylenol
good one.
murders. 7 people died after cyanide-laced capsules were sold in stores. Led to tamper-evident packaging, changed consumer safety standards worldwide.
Yeah, so like on your pill bottles where you got to push down and turn?
Yeah.
It's because of that.
I loved, that's a good one.
That freaked people out because everybody has Tylenol, right?
Sure.
Like it's just like, what's happening now?
Yeah.
That
annoying lid on top of your ketchup was born because of this. The thing you have to remove in order to get to it.
I don't think they ever caught whoever did it either.
I don't think they did.
Yeah.
The first appearance of Rambo, of course, First Blood, John Rambo, one of the defining action characters of the 1980s. So last year we got Indiana Jones. This year we get John Rambo.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a sneaky, huge, culturally good year.
So arguing for 82, essentially, Patriots playoff football, Larry Bird MVP Celtics, a College World Series team in Orono, Bruins playoff hockey, the emergence of VHS culture, the arrival of CDs, E.T. Blade Runner, The Thing, Rocky 3, First Blood in theaters, Thriller arrives in record stores. Can't really say how huge Thriller was, right? And what it was, this big, long video that, you gets on TV so much.
Yeah.
Dallas MASH, 60 Minutes dominating TV. MTV enters its full first year. Anything I missed?
Boy, I think you nailed pretty much everything.
So there you go.
I don't have anything extra on that. I mean, it was 82. Yeah, I was 10. It was a big year. This is when it starts to... Yeah, I got into pro wrestling in 82, WWF style, still territories and everything. It was, and the advent of cable allowed you to see matches from Madison Square Garden because you got the New York channels and things. It just opened up a whole new world.
So there you go. That's 1982. We will score it and get back to sports of present day right after this. But available when ordering McDelivery through Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. 2 sausage McMuffins with egg, 2 hotcakes, 4 hash browns, 4 small hot coffees, all for just $19.99. Bundle deals over 40% off and for a limited time. Order at your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. And Madden Generator Services with expert installation, dependable maintenance, and a free 7-year warranty on new Generac installs to keep your home in the game. 951-4668. Madden Generator Services, power you can count on. Welcome back to the Morning Roast. Dairy Queen in Old Town, DQ $7 chicken strip meal deal has it all. 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and a DQ sundae offered to $7. You can now get it with the new honey sriracha dip. Visit 613 Stillwater Avenue in Old Town. All right, Greg, let's go with our score first up here. The sports of it all. What do you give 1982?
I'm giving it a 6-8.
Okay.
I'm giving it a 6-8, carried only by the strength of Maine baseball and a dominant regular season by the Celtics.
And Larry Bird just entrenches himself in
sure
lore.
Does.
For everybody who wants to crown Roman Anthony a king, Larry Bird actually arrived, played, gave us his back,
right,
and gave us 3 or 4 years on the back end of his career. And so for every year for the next 10, we will celebrate
For sure.
the greatness of Sir Lawrence Bird. So I'll give it pretty much the same thing. I'll give it a 6.9 on that one, just one higher than Greg, and to make him giggle. And and then for the other stuff, what will you score the other stuff?
I would go into the 9s, but I'm giving it an 8.5. I feel like Thriller came out in November. See, if Thriller came out in the beginning of the year, it would crack into the 9s, to be honest with you. But I'm going to, 8.8, or what did I say, 8.5?
8.5. I'll go 8.9 because I think the VHS arrives and it becomes more mainstream. It changes, as the years go on, it becomes just such a big part of it. And then the CD comes as well.
Yeah.
You've just got this thing that you had the tape forever.
Yep.
And now the CD arrives and the tape slowly fades away. Not really in 82, right?
No. If you were rocking CDs in 82,
you were rich.
You were beyond middle class fancy.
Yeah. Like it takes a couple years for all this stuff to get down.
Sure.
It's like the first guy who had a flat screen TV.
Absolutely. Yeah. Paid premium dollar for it.
So there you go. All right. There's our scores, Marcus. Jot those down as well. Also, in addition to all the other stuff that's going on, I wanted to give a second here because we've been so immersed in all things Giannis. Let's give Patrice Bergeron a minute here.
Oh,
in
please
fact,
do.
Let's hear from Patrice Bergeron on what it is that made him achieve what he did during his career.
What a consummate professional Patrice Bergeron always was. And just his leadership, just class act all the way around. I mean, exactly what you want out of a captain of the Boston Bruins. Incredible.
And I can really appreciate that he has hit and stuck and continues to be a part of what they do.
Yeah.
Runs the marathon.
Yep.
It's just one of those things where I'm glad that they didn't let it linger too long.
No
one should ever wear 37.
No.
Right? And that just needs to happen. There are a couple things out there too where I wonder if there are other sports out there where maybe the Sox or the Pats, do some things where it's kind of hard with football where you've got so many guys.
Yeah.
And maybe you can just still let them wear it but retire their number. But baseball is one where there's guys that sort of endeared themselves to us. But Bergeron and the 37 and the Hall of Fame are so deserving.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I mean, he won a record 6 Selke trophies for best defensive forward. I mean, he is the epitome of the best defensive forward, in probably ever in the game. Just incredible in the faceoff circle. Was just a leader. He was around at a time when it was incredibly talented Bruins teams that had a lot of egos, and you never saw really any problems with that Bruins locker room when Patrice Bergeron was around.
He creates an issue for the guys that come next. It's like, Drake May is going to have to always be compared to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
The kid we drafted from BC who what's his name? Letourneau. Like forever.
Yeah.
You shall be compared. Like, well, you're
right.
okay.
Oh, Higgins.
Higgins. Okay, Higgins. You're gonna have to be compared to this guy. Well, okay, you did this, but
That's who I'm comparing him to, right? Like, and it's unfair, completely unfair. But Bergeron came in as an 18-year-old. It's like, okay, it's you look at this kid and say, okay, can he be something similar to that? Totally unfair expectation or comparison.
And even the Letourneau guy, it's like, okay, you got to ripen on the vine a little bit.
Yeah, right. You're not ready. Yeah, exactly. Because Bergeron came in at 18, and that's what a great one does, and works his way up the lineup. And incredible too in this day and age that played for one team.
Mm-hmm.
Played for one team throughout all that. It just doesn't happen.
And he got the one cup as well, which I think also is necessary in order to be fully entrenched in Boston lore. Okay, a quick commercial break coming your way. We'll do a little Red Sox stuff right after this as it continues to frustrate, as even though they are all the way out in Colorado. The show brought to you in part by UMaine Athletics. Football is coming. This fall, it's time to pack the stands at Alphon Stadium and cheer on Maine football. Don't miss the excitement, the tradition, and the Black Bear pride all season long. Season tickets are on sale now. Give you the best value. Seats for every home game. Visit goblackbears.com/tickets today to secure your tickets and go blue. Morning Roast brought to you by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. Official sports grill of the roast. and the place to be in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com.
Asia took a little, backhanded slap from 40-Year-Old Virgin because he had the poster framed, right? Pretty damn good album.
Oh, God, yeah.
Really good album. Yeah.
He has good taste.
Yes, he does. Yeah, I would agree, right?
This one's a little bit long, but give me, this is Mark Bertrand talking about the state of the Boston Red Sox. So I do reserve the right to dump out a little bit early, but it's about a minute long. Here we go, Marcus. Here you go. So that's about, I think the state of where they are, right? Mm-hmm. The state of where they are, and I think what he's saying is Larry Lucchino would push back against John Henry.
Yes.
And so this is all of their own making, where I don't know, Greg, they bought into this analytics, this whole, it seems like the fact that they're wearing their own guys down, like the drive line, the way that they do stuff, that Caleb Durbin has essentially had to go and
break free
and get back to the guy that he knows he can be.
Yeah. Everybody
Under this leadership team, I guess, has derailed the offense
completely.
And now there's not really, the offense is pretty bad, even if everybody was to be achieving, but you'd think that on paper they'd be better. They are banged up, and this lineup on a day in and day out basis is atrocious.
It's awful.
It's awful. I think that there are little things that need to happen. I think as guys come back and moves happen, my hope is that they can achieve a couple of goals. One, even if he catches on somewhere else and you got to eat some money, we got to get rid of Yoshida.
Yeah.
You got to move on from Yoshida.
Got to.
Sorry, Mata, that you're going to catch a stray at 6:42 on a Wednesday morning. Yeah. But he's taking up at bats from somebody like Nate Eaton is good enough to be Yoshida.
Yeah, exactly.
You just got to move on from him, and it's your bad luck that all these things that just Kyle Schwarber exists out there, and you can sort of 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon connect back that money could have been used on Kyle Schwarber that you gave Yoshida,
right?
And it wasn't that different. You could have signed Kyle Schwarber 2 different times,
correct,
over the course of his free agency, and now he's going to hit 70 home runs for the Phillies, but he's left-handed, and you had one more year of JD Martinez in 2022.
Right.
So you didn't sign him, even though he was instrumental in that run in 21.
Oh, absolutely. He's a huge piece of what you're missing.
So just revisionist history, too, but little things need to be achieved in this bad season. You got to move on from Yoshida.
Have to.
You got to. Hopefully there's somebody out there that sees Brian Bayo and says, I can fix that guy.
There's potential that could happen, right?
You need to offload some cash. Even Yoshida's just go.
Yep.
Even if you have to take something
a
back,
loss.
The ingredients just have to change.
Sure.
What you've got, it just does not work. And this year is a loss. And so you have to hope that all the people that are making decisions have the foresight to say, okay, we don't know what's going to happen in 27, but either way, we need to right the ship and get ourselves in a spot where there are clear decisions made. That's what needs to happen for the rest of 27. Marcelo Meyer, are you our shortstop of the future?
Right.
Or is it the kid who's behind you? Or are we going to go and give the Kansas City Royals everything and trade for Bobby Witt Jr. and give him $500 million because the Royals aren't going to do it?
No.
Just stuff's got to change.
Yeah.
You've got to change. Even if you take it a step back and you have to watch Brian Bayo become the next Kyle Harrison in Milwaukee. Okay.
I can live with that.
Sure.
I can completely live with that. Good. You fixed them.
Yeah.
We don't have the patience, the time, or we don't have the team to sit around and try to fix Brian Bayo. No, that's got to go. That's got to go. Are they at the point where did they see this? They must see this. Do they care enough to do this, though? It's going to take someone that wants to get their hands dirty and get in there and just accept that this season's done and probably don't count on next season either, and how can we build for 2 years from now, basically?
Well, I think you can't. Baseball is one where a move here and a move there, and all of a sudden, a healthy Roman Anthony and a healthy Garrett Crochet, and it's a little bit different. So I don't know. Hope springs eternal. I just think you need to use this the rest of the season to carve out, I don't want to say cancers, because they're not cancers, but stuff that's not there.
Stuff that's not producing.
There's something on you that's a little malignant. Let's get rid of that freckle, Greg.
Right,
Let's cut it out before it's too late.
Yeah, it's nothing major. Nothing, nothing's going to put you down forever, but you got to get some work done.
Yeah.
You're out of here.
You made some bad moves and you're in a spot where hopefully you can course correct out of it.
Could we get rid of Jaren Duran? I mean, I've heard, we just heard yesterday or whatever it was that there's interest in Duran. If there is interest, you better jump on it. Big time. Big time. Take whatever offer you can get because, I mean, he went 0 for 5 yesterday. Has not done anything. He went through that little stretch where he was hitting, and that's gone again. That's who he is, unfortunately. He's not good in the outfield. You got to move on. You got a log jam out there with Yoshida and Duran. That clears that up a little bit.
So there you go. Just hopefully over the course of what's to come, they can, and maybe it's even, you take a little bit less, but hey, you want Sonny Gray? Sure.
Yeah.
You can have him, but
guess who's coming along?
Guess who's coming with him?
Yeah, he's got teammates.
His little buddy.
That's
His name's Mata Yoshida. He's not bringing a glove because he don't use one.
He ain't gonna need it.
I mean, maybe that's a path here too. Oh, you want to roll this Chapman?
Oh, you're gonna have to.
Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's got to happen.
Yeah.
When that happens, those guys are gonna. There's your opportunity.
We'll take a little bit less.
Yep.
And you won't have to eat as much, but maybe, you don't get the prospect back.
Yep.
But maybe, just maybe, you can sell some of those pieces off and get yourself in a better place. Clean the slate.
Clear the books a little. Yeah, clear the books. Like use that to your advantage. That is what I'm kind of counting on.
Sonny Gray is 9-1.
Yeah.
He's going to be an all-star.
Sure.
He's got extreme value. He's the guy who you brought in here because if you were the team you were last year, Sonny Gray starts game 2 of that playoff series.
Yep.
And I'm confident in sending him out there.
Yep.
He had 11 strikeouts yesterday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Just mowing him down.
All right.
As a good pitcher would against that lineup.
This day in history is coming your way right after this.
Welcome back into the morning roast on Maine Sports Leader 92.9 The Ticket. You're listening to Ebony and Ivory from Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder.
Also left out of our this day in history, like this is sort of where the Eddie Murphy SNL is happening now. In
Yeah,
82.
this reminds you of it, right? Like
Exactly.
this was an incredible skit. Eddie killed it.
This day in 1992, Shaquille O'Neal drafted first overall in the NBA. 2010, the longest match in tennis history, American John Isner defeats Nicolas Mahut of France in Wimbledon after 11 hours, 5 minutes of play over 3 days. Other birthdays today, Mick Fleetwood, born in 1947. J.J. Redick, born in 1984. Lionel Messi, born 1987.
It's getting up there.
Holidays today, it is Farmer Day. It is Fairy Day. Do you have a favorite?
Tooth.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely tooth.
Good job, Greg. It's Day of Joy, and it is Parchment Day. So there you go. Okay, 7 a.m. hour coming your way right after this. Going to talk with Dave Peck. We'll have more on the Celtics, Red Sox, and much, much more. Don't go away. Good Wednesday morning. Welcome into the Morning Roast on Maine Sports Leader 92.9 The Ticket. We're in the Greenway Equipment Studios, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth because nothing runs like a deer. Fat Panda Boba Tea and Market on Harlow Street in Bangor next to Goslin's Bakery. Sip fresh boba, explore snacks, ramen, and their tasty Jamaican patties. Also visit their brewer location on Wilson Street next to Hannaford. And Next Home, they're the market leader. Get looped and get sold with the Next Home experience. Brian Sullivan, Greg Hirsch, Marqus Cesar in here. Greg, how you holding up?
Doing great. We got a gorgeous one out there. And for 2 years in a row now, I have actually tuned into the NBA draft day one, putting that thing on. 2 years in a row now.
There you go.
Yeah,
A
just
cha- a
last year,
changed man.
Yeah, last year because of Cooper, and this year because I was, maybe anticipating some fireworks.
Sure. None came.
No.
Celtics hold and pick 27th overall. They take Chris Senek Jr. out of Houston. Marcus, how are you?
Doing pretty good. Yeah. Biggest acquisition in a long time for Miami. Lost a lot of age. All four of those guys that we gave away, 26 and under. So
Playing for the here and now.
enjoy it, Milwaukee.
All right. We'll see how that goes. We'll address that in the stock report as well, as Greg's got some thoughts on that one. The Red Sox victorious yesterday in Colorado. Yeah, but we are living in a world where yesterday was kind of the first day, not of the rest of our lives, but Celtics went for Jaylen Brown, did not get him.
No.
in the end, Pat Riley gets Milwaukee to take their picks, and they go with those last night. And Celtics drew a line in the sand and said, "Listen, we're not willing to go this far." And Jaylen Brown remains. So we'll see what happens from there. But were you surprised at all? What was your takeaway hearing everybody talking about the Celtics yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of going, like I said, I put on the draft last night, but by the time that came around, I had convinced myself that probably nothing was going to happen last night. Right, like I was like, this unless they're pulling something that no one was anticipating, it just seemed like okay, this will be kicked down the road a little bit, but they're supposedly taking bidders, I guess, for Jaylen Brown, and it's just a weird. I feel like we worked ourselves into a shoot a little bit here with this thing because it's there was talk about Jaylen Brown's just been a lightning rod for Celtics fans in a lot of different ways, and it just did we work ourselves into this a little bit?
Yeah, We'll address it in the stock report here. Okay.
All right. It's just something that's been weighing on me.
I also, for all of us Cooper Flag fans, I thought it interesting yesterday because the Mavericks picked 9th, and so their new head coach is Dusty May, guy who just was at Michigan. So they picked 9th overall, and they take the guy who we talked about being that the Celtics really like, this Morez Johnson.
Right.
He's of the 3 Michigan guys that were going to be lottery picks. Their old head coach picked him.
Right.
I thought that was interesting because he's the one who was slotted 3rd.
Right.
So, okay, hey, Cooper Flag, your new head coach, he knew what he had, and he took this Morez Johnson guy a little higher than a lot of people thought.
Sure.
So, out of the gate, Cooper Flag's first new running mate is Morez Johnson.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Awesome. Yeah, whatever with the NCAA violations potentially.
Leave him behind.
Leave him behind, baby. Let's go. He knew what he liked. I'm sure when they brought him on, they knew that was going to be the pick and off to the races.
So I think that's interesting that the guy who was their head coach goes with the one who probably was definitely the lesser player in college in terms of what he accomplished, right?
Right, but May knows what's
exactly
the potential is there.
So I thought that was real interesting that our first year where now it's okay, how is this gonna fit around Cooper and his new coach who, hey, you're gonna vacate wins from Michigan? I'm on to the Lakers.
Yeah.
I'm not so worried about that. So
bigger fish to fry.
For all of us Cooper Flag fans, I think that was interesting that the new coach takes Morez Johnson, number 9 overall. All right. Dean's Detailing is the leader in auto detailing, has been for over 55 years. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, look good, feel good in a clean, shiny car. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. In Acadia FCU, their newest location is now open on Wilson Street in Brewer. Serving Maine since 1963 with branches in Bangor, Brewer, and Aroostook County. Learn more at acadiafcu.org. All right, Marcus, let's do some headlines and highlights. The Red Sox beat the Rockies 5-2. Nate Eaton stepped up, got the team 2 RBIs. Abreu had a good day, a triple and a home run to get himself 2 RBIs as well. And Sonny Gray, 7 innings pitched, gave up 6 hits, 1 run. 11 strikeouts in that one. Sonny Gray continuing to look really good. Here's Nate Eaton after the game. The Sox are 32-45, and Sonny Gray's 9-1.
And we're interviewing Nate Eaton after games now. That's what we've come down to.
It's sad that he's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, right? And good for him because, what an opportunity. Let me showcase myself on this garbage team and, and extend my baseball career. And, he's on the come up and get himself paid.
Okay, last night after selecting Krusz Senek Jr., it was a great rebounder and tells us he's going to be able to protect the rim even though he wasn't asked to do that much in college. He says he's a shot blocker. Brad Stevens was, even though he just drafted a new kid, asked understandably about Jaylen Brown. Here's what he had to say. Number 3 here, Marcus. Interesting. Brad being pretty honest this offseason, and I think that he talked a little bit about all that stuff being out there and essentially said those things don't come from us. Like,
right.
I feel bad that his name's being splashed around and all this stuff. And we did pursue other things. We talked about this yesterday. You wonder if Jaylen Brown can be okay with, you wanted me for Giannis. I can understand that.
Sure.
I'm on the level of Giannis. And,
right.
And so now it didn't work out. and where do you go from here? And I think that's a real interesting question: is where do you go from here? You certainly are going to have suitors for him. What will the return be?
Right.
Is it worth it?
Right, exactly. And yeah, this is the part where it can get hairy though.
Yeah.
Like we said, the Giannis thing, you can have a conversation about that. Beyond that, what are we doing? And how soon is it going to be where Brown's like, get me out of here?
All right, so we'll get more into it in the stock report. We'll talk with Dave Peck in a couple of minutes as well. Also give you a Sox prop of the day as we are on a one-game hot streak.
That's right.
Sonny
baby.
Gray K's, yes.
There you go.
Should have laddered that, baby. Casella, good pay, good people, good life. Find your place at powerofhardwork.com. And if you missed the Ticket Awards on Monday night, don't worry. They are available on demand at 929theticket.com, on the Ticket app, or on YouTube. Back with more after this. Dairy Queen in Bangor with a new DQ breakfast collection. You can enjoy Cinnamon Toast Crunch Dip Cone, Fruity Pebbles Shake, or the Choco Frosted Donut Blizzard. Whether it's breakfast time or not, visit 668 Broadway in Bangor. DQ happy, tastes good. All right, even with the sweet sounds of all the planes in Africa washing over, I do want to offer up the...
They're coming, by the way. They're coming to Bangor.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is like a Saturday night, too, I think, right?
Are they opening for Billy Idol or...
No, they got their own.
They got their own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so stock report time here, Greg. Let's talk about what's going on here with this Giannis to the Heat move. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, well, like we mentioned in the 6 o'clock hour, I just sitting there thinking it's, once the smoke is cleared here, pose the question. Tell me, who won this trade after all of this? I know Milwaukee had to do what they had to do, right? So maybe down the line they may have won this trade. Celtics certainly have lost. Like, this has created upheaval, right? This has not been good for the Celtics. And I've felt like very controllable too, because I don't know why it extended so long, because if it wasn't, we're giving you Brown, we want more than that. We're not doing that. Should have been end of story.
Right.
It shouldn't have lingered this long. It should have been Celtics are out.
I mean, kind of like we were talking about leading up to all this. Milwaukee might have spilled the beans, and we're just trying to drive up both sides.
Sure.
I think what it comes down to is, in the end, you didn't get equal value if you're the Bucks back for Giannis. And if you wanted a player, you're better today if you have Jaylen Brown on the Bucks than the two kids they drafted 10th and 13th overall. And so the Bucks putting it out there, and they're trying to drive the price up, and they tried to play the Heat against the Celtics. And Brad Stevens said, listen, I'm not going to give you 3 number ones and these 3 young guys and Jaylen Brown for Giannis. It's just, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
And now you got to live in the world. Now, the other part of it too, I think, is that I think you're wrong on the fact that it's caused upheaval, because it hasn't yet. Because in the NBA, you can get out of town if you want.
Sure.
But you haven't had that yet. So
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown has not, if you're an NBA player and you go, essentially you run the team, right?
Right.
Like James Harden is on 5 different teams because James Harden wanted to be on 5 different teams.
Superstars run the league.
Jaylen Brown hasn't done that.
No.
And now,
True.
will he? Maybe. Are his feelings hurt? Maybe.
I'm sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Where do you go from here? It's going to be interesting. There's not another Giannis, and I think that who won the trade? Well, I guess probably Milwaukee probably won it in the long term,
right?
And we'll see who joins in with the Heat to try to mount a run at a title along with Bam and Giannis. Certainly going to be interesting to see what that looks like with those two guys playing in the front court.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not a lot of rebounds to go around.
No, for sure. And then the other aspect of it with the Celtics is, if you wanted Giannis, you could have had Giannis. If you really wanted Giannis, you could have had him.
You throw in another guy, maybe 2.
Right. You had him. He was there for you if you really wanted him. So he would have been, essentially, now it's, okay, you were interested in Giannis. You'd like to have Giannis, maybe. Not that much. Right?
No,
right?
exactly.
I mean, isn't that what just played out?
So as you sit here this morning, I'm looking at my Caesars app right now, and they have the Celtics as the odds-on favorite to win the Eastern Conference Finals. As of this morning.
Yep.
Over the reigning champion Knicks, over the Miami Heat over the Pistons. Celtics plus 225 to win the East. Knicks plus 300. Heat plus 600. The Pistons at 1,000. Pacers 1,200, and so on and so forth.
They are good on paper.
So, yeah, on paper, they're still the best team in the East with the Jays. And so I don't know if I'm rushing to take Trey Murphy Jr. from the Pelicans.
Absolutely not.
Right? So I think it's the right thing. And the fact that the draft last night came and went, maybe we'll find out after the fact. But that's the thing about the Celtics is Brad Stevens doesn't put it out there.
Right.
It all came from the Bucks because the Bucks trying to drive the price up, playing the Heat against the Celtics and getting more picks. And was it the right thing to do to keep? Is Hugo Gonzalez worthy of not being? We're not putting him in a trade. I hope so.
Yeah. Right. I mean, you held.
Yeah, my gut says yes. I think that's a guy you hold on to, genuinely.
I just maybe through all this, you figured out, okay, so last night, if you look at this Celtics team, what did Brad Stevens tell you after the season was over? Dunks are good. Threes, we shoot them. We'd like to get to the rim more. We need to protect the rim more.
Yep.
They hold their pick. They don't move up. They pick 27th. They take a big guy out of Houston who does just that.
Yep.
The Celtics have been pretty good at the back end of the draft of finding talent, and ESPN tells me this was the 19th ranked prospect, and they got him at 27. Okay?
Yep.
He tells us after the fact, at Houston, I rebounded and played some defense, but I can actually protect the rim. I'm a shot blocker.
Yep.
It's what I do. It's one of the things it's one of the strength of my game, and I think that showed out through the NBA when they work them out through that process, through the draft process. So, okay, there's a move in that direction, and then there's no way that they're running it back as currently constituted. Something will happen between
Derek
now
White's going to move.
And where you go from there. I think the question will be with Jaylen Brown is July 26th, he's eligible for like the super mega 2-year extension.
Correct.
There's the date.
Yep. That's
the
a
date.
big one.
Yeah.
Yep. Month from now.
Because I think you could have convinced me a couple of things would have happened. Celtics with Giannis and Tatum, that's a fun watch, and I think that's a pretty good team. I think the window's a little shorter with Giannis.
Yep.
You also could have convinced me that one of the guys who went at the top of the draft last night, DeBonsa or Darren Peterson, who goes to the Jazz number 2. You give me Peterson, number 2 overall, and maybe something else, and I give you Jaylen Brown. Okay.
Yep.
You can convince me
work that
that's our new – you're just going to take one guy out and put it in there together. But the other part of it, I don't know that I'm so quick to move on from here. As long as Jaylen Brown's okay with it, I think the best thing is to just run it back and maybe just shoot a couple less threes. Get some better guys that fit a little differently.
Yep.
And maybe, like you said, Derek White's got to go. But it's just you need some bigs. You need to, if you're going to Missoula ball it, whatever it was in 2024 that worked, okay, let's do it. But I'm not just going to move on because, this one didn't work out.
Right. That's fair. Yeah. No, I don't want. Yeah, at this point, I want to just stick with it because there's nothing else out there that I'm remotely interested in losing Jaylen Brown for.
We'll see. And I mean, maybe it needs to be put out there on paper so I can see these options. But here's Brian Windhorst talking about the market that will exist. This is before the draft last night, but here's Windhorst talking about what people will be wanting for Jaylen Brown. So, doesn't happen. Jaylen Brown's still here, and it's going to be a talking point until the dust settles after the 4th of July, right?
Right.
So we'll see what happens, but it doesn't move on. And you want a title with Brown and Tatum at the center of it all. Now, the pieces around him are a little bit better, and you're going to continue to ask about it until, I guess, he signs that extension, right?
Right. Yeah, because then at that point, what else you get? If you're not wanting to be, I mean, that apron is staring you in the face.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's a big consideration.
So we'll see what happens. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll give you a Sox prop of the day and talk with Dave Peck about all this stuff and much more when we return. But also, if you're stuck on the side of the road, Usury Towing has you covered 24/7 statewide from breakdowns to lockouts, so get you moving fast. 942-4200 driven to be there when you need them most. Back with our Sox prop next. All right, welcome back to the Morning Roast. Available when ordering McDelivery through Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. 2 sausage McMuffins with egg, 2 hotcakes, 4 hash browns, 4 small hot coffees, all for just $19.99. The bundle deal is over 40% off and for a limited time available. Order at your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Also got a chance to talk with a guy who owns those, Marty Ekman, at the awards on Monday night, and talk to us about the apple pie being back.
Big deal, man. Big deal. Yeah. They're really starting the marketing campaign now, I think.
Still waiting on Marty to make good on that apple pie delivery.
Oh, yeah. We got to give that a go in the morning. I'll house one of those in the morning.
Marcus said that regardless of heat, he would just bite it.
Whoa.
It's a dangerous game. It really is. That may impact the rest of the next couple of days. Really.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, those taste buds are going to be fried.
It's one of the underrated injuries to zap your taste buds, to just dive into something and to just kind of rob your body of flavor for the next 2 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a level of carelessness
Yeah.
that I can't exhibit.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so back to the business at hand. Our Sox prop of the day. We are going to go with under 12.5 runs. You got Ranger Suarez against Kyle Freeland on the mound. This hasn't been an offensive series. It's Colorado. No. This is probably the day that it's a 11 to 12 game or something like that.
I mean, it's a get out of town day, though, right? They want to let's keep this thing moving for the Sox.
And so, it's the over under is set at 11, but we can juice it up to 12.5, and we'll take the under. Suarez has been good. And there just haven't been a lot of offense in this one.
Right.
There just isn't a lot of offense when it comes to the Boston Red Sox.
No. And I don't expect there to be again today. Like, Nate Eaton's getting interviewed after games.
Yeah, so that is the state of affairs for this squad that will probably, go off for 10 because they are due once every couple of games they hit 15 singles and score a bunch of runs.
Everybody hits. Yeah. Not today, though. Not today.
There you go. So our Sox prop is under it is under 12.5. Anything else even worth considering out there as you look at that, because there are a couple. The Sox to win against the Orioles is interesting, but it's just so difficult when trying to handicap this thing because the offense is so inconsistent. So
completely,
and they're a 32 win team, and you could consider the strikeouts because their pitching has been good, and Sonny Gray struck out 11 Rockies yesterday.
Right, Ranger Suarez over under is 4.5. On strikeouts.
So I could entertain that one.
Yeah.
A little bit better on the odds.
Yeah.
On the over-under on that.
Right.
And you got to figure that the only thing about this is Sonny Gray went 7. So the bullpen, Suarez is going to have a quick hook, although you do have the
Suarez
Yankees.
may flip out if he gets a quick hook again.
So,
he did not take kindly to it the couple times ago.
All right. Anything else? We're going to lock it in?
Yeah, no, lock it in.
All right.
Lock it in. I'm with it.
Under 12.5. Okay, we're going to talk with Dave Peck. Get to him a little bit early, as have been a minute since we've heard from David. Bumped him off his usual spot yesterday for Doug Flutie. Hopefully he's okay with that. We will chat with Dave Peck right after this. But first, connect to the Ticket social media channels on 929 The Ticket on Facebook, 929 on Instagram, sports.net.maine on TikTok, and our YouTube page is Sportsnet Maine. Also, Northeast Driving School. They've been a leader in driver training for over 57 years. Register today for driver's ed courses at Greater Bangor's #1 driving school, 942-1769, or register at northeastdrivingschool.com. All right, back with Dave right after this. Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center is the official sports grill of the Roast in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Now joining us on the Heroes Hotline, Dave Peck. Dave, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We're doing okay. Just living in a world where Giannis is now on the Heat and some of the Celtics business is on the street. And I did not intentionally rhyme that, but I did. So how are you feeling? We talked about this a little bit. Who won this trade? How are you feeling about how this all went down?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a secret. I haven't been the biggest Tatum Brown duo fan over the years, even though they did win a championship. So when this trade sort of came about, I was interested. And then when I woke up the next morning and found out that the Celtics did not get Giannis, I was actually kind of relieved. I something about that combination, Giannis and Tatum, and just shipping Brown out, it just felt sort of we're going to ship him out just because. And Giannis is just kind of the hot topic right now at this moment, where the timing warranted them to shop Brown because he was a little bit disgruntled and going on Twitch and seemingly wanted his own team. But I'm not convinced, and I don't think they were either, because Hirsch, you brought up a good point. Like, if they really wanted him, they would have slapped on Hugo Gonzalez or Shireman and been able to get the deal done.
Right.
But like, he just happened to be, as I said, the superstar du jour that aligned with their timing of looking to shop Jaylen Brown. And it wasn't necessarily that they wanted Giannis, or I can't be convinced of that, because they just showed us they didn't really want him. He just happened to be the best available player at that time, not necessarily the best fit. So while I'm sort of against rolling out the balls and doing it the same way we've done it over the past 5 years, I'm not angry that they're keeping them together for right now. It just it comes down to, how are you going to, Brad Stevens now, handle the superstar, and are you going to continue to shop him? Is he going to continue to be disgruntled, or are you going to figure out a way to make it work? And if they keep them and they shoot as many threes and continue to play how they have played over the past few years, with Joe Mazzulla telling us at the podium while gaslighting us that he's hunting the 2-on-1, then I will not watch the Celtics this year. That is a promise. If they do the same thing with these two and roll out the basketball and don't actually find someone who has late game toughness and can actually have, sort of that edge that I haven't really seen that often from these guys, then I'm good on this team. But there are a lot of months until they actually play basketball.
Dave, if you give up on the Red Sox and the Celtics, you at least have to bring the movie review back for us, because what are we going to be talking about?
That's true. That's true. It is true. Yeah. Well, now I'm a soccer guy, so unfortunately, I was really riveted with the 0-0 England match yesterday. So that was really fun. I'm glad I hitched my wagon to that sport. But no, I am in Red Sox land. I am going to the game on Friday for a bachelor weekend. One of my friends' bachelor weekends, Red Sox Yankees, and the game's going to be on ESPN, not Nesson, and I might brown bag it. Why should I not? Why, I'm there for a good time, but I don't want to be caught. I don't want to be caught supporting those guys. I mean, they're bums. It's unbelievable.
We talked about this a little bit earlier, that there are mild victories here, and it's going to be for the greater good, but it needs to be starting to carve some pieces out that just aren't part of it. Like Mata Yoshida, at some point, release him. If you have to send Nate Eaton back to the minors because someone else gets healthy when Romy Gonzalez arrives, we just got to start carving some stuff out. And maybe, Dave, it's just, hey, if you want Sonny Gray on your playoff team, well, guess what? He's coming with him. That's the sort of thing that we need to maybe start thinking about here.
Yeah, no, I think that's the hard part. And part of the reason it's so frustrating now, as we sit here on June 24th, is that anytime a player does well, Jaron Duran, he's like, I mean, not recently, but like a week ago, before he kind of played hopscotch in left field, it's, oh, wow, this guy might have something. Oh, okay, that means we could trade him. Like, anytime a player does well or elevates outside of maybe Wilyer Abreu, maybe Cedar Rafaela, it isn't, wow, this guy could be something for us. It's, no, this guy could be something in a package deal to sell at the trade deadline, which doesn't really get you all that excited about the here and now with the team when people start to do well. Not that it's happened that often at all. Even Sonny Gray, right? Oh, yeah. Like, you rattled off. What do you say? You have 9 wins out of their 35? Great. Good player. Good pickup. No, it's going to be a guy that you probably should unload in a month. Okay. So that's kind of the frustrating thing when you're watching day to day, the here and now. It's like, well, why should I root? Like, why should I can't attach myself to these guys. I know they're going to be gone in a month. The ones that are worth kind of getting behind. So that's sort of the difficult thing. But I agree. It's like, if you're going to get rid of a Sonny Gray, then dump a contract with him. But that's the unfortunate reality of the reset we are in. 6 years into the reset.
I do think, Dave, just for the good of your show and ours, you should brown bag it on Friday and just talk about what that life is like with the brown bag on, how you're handled, and what happens to you. I think that's a good idea. Just for content purposes, you should do that. And especially because it's not disingenuous. It's how you feel.
It is, right. Like, it's not. It is. we've given them many months, and I would say years at this point, of some honest loyalty. And listen, we're still going, but I agree. I just got to. Those are big brown bags. I don't know where to find them. I guess you just get like one at the grocery store.
Oh
You
yeah.
poke out the eyes. I need to read up on. I need to like talk to an A's or a Mets fan or something. Like really study how this works. How do you drink a beer? Do you go under the bag or do you carve out a mouth too? That seems scary, like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a YouTube video away from the correct way to. That's how it's like when I put in a light fixture. I just watched the 2.5-minute video of a YouTube how to brown bag your bad baseball team. Yeah, brought to you by the formerly Oakland A's. I think that's that's not a bad idea. You mentioned soccer, Dave. 2 days ago. It was great. I was locked in, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm a soccer guy. And then I watch England in a 0-0 draw. And so, where are you in all this World Cup stuff?
I'm actually, I was never that interested in the soccer. Like, I don't really care. I was interested in the buzz of the fans.
Yes.
And then, it quickly, and this is not like an indictment of them or anything, but it's just one of those storylines that kind of ran its course. Right? I don't know if you guys felt that, but okay, we got the Scots are in town. They're a lot of fun. This is awesome. I love the buzz they bring to the city. I'll always look back on June 2026 with a smile, and but it's kind of, we're good. I'm good with that. And now we have Team USA playing at 10 p.m. tomorrow. I still couldn't name, one player on the team who played. I don't know. So. I guess Wimbledon starts in a week, so there you go. We're just gonna keep bopping around. We're gonna fill the holes until late July. That's what we do.
That's true.
Fill the holes, make it work.
I think also the Red Sox should be very thankful to the Scots and to the World Cup because they filled up a lot of that stuff. That's filled up some segments that would have been like, how bad is this team? How embarrassing is this? And how do I make a brown bag?
Right, exactly. Yeah, no, they bought themselves a week and a half, and now it's back to brown bagging it. But who knows? I don't know who's coming into town next. I think Germany's coming into town, so maybe there'll be steins full of beer again that we can get behind. But yeah, I mean, it's it's funny. I'm staring at this picture. Keep the Faith, October 23rd, 2004, and it's a picture of the World Series at Fenway Park, and it just mocks me. I'm literally staring at it right now, and it's just like, the direction that the ownership has taken in their decisions and the people they've hired. You lose the faith because it seems like they're just operating this way until a looming salary cap appears, and that is very disheartening. So Wimbledon it is, and 0-0 draws in the World Cup.
And you're not going to stay up tomorrow night and watch Team USA?
I don't know.
How can you?
I really don't care.
No.
I'm sorry. I'll put it on at the beginning, but if I get tired, I'm not.
There's no way.
I'm not going to fight it.
There's no way unless you're a true soccer fan, the casual soccer fan is not staying up till 11:30. There's no way. It's not that exciting a game. Everything about the World Cup that is great takes place away from the soccer field.
Right. It's the bars being packed. It's on the streets, people, hollering and hooting and hollering. That's sitting on the couch at 10 p.m. on a Thursday. Oh, yeah, U.S. soccer. Okay. Well, that was a good pass, I think.
Right.
Well, that, I don't know. So I'll put it on, but I'm not married to it.
Yeah, I don't know. 2 days ago, with Messi scoring 2 and Mbappe scoring, and then I don't know. It was fun to watch. I watched all of that Argentina game, and it was good. But then I understand where you're coming from, and I guess if they're not catering to us Americans, we're just so used to being the Super Bowl at 6:30 on Sunday,
right?
Like you're gonna put Team USA on at 10 o'clock because
it's a stupid idea,
right? But they're not catering to us.
No,
it's for the world.
Yeah. Well,
so are they in the West Coast? So they're just primetime West Coast.
Yes, primetime West Coast. So we're used to it. Should be, it should be 8 o'clock for us,
right?
Where they're not catering to us.
Yeah, no. It's operating on the local time primetime, not East Coast centric primetime.
And so we're mad about it. It's okay.
Exactly.
You know what you could do, Dave? Stay up and workshop your bag while you're watching the game tomorrow night at 10. and just sort of
I could
sit
have
there
arts
and practice. Get some reps in the cage. Pour yourself a drink and just see how it works. Maybe it's not a day for a beer. Maybe it's like something different through a straw, and you run that in through the mouth hole.
Yeah, that's true. It could be a beer straw, though. It could be.
You could do that. Yeah, the 10 o'clock hockey game or soccer game for you tomorrow night is workshopping the paper bag because you're unhappy that you're staying up late because they're not catering to you.
Arts and crafts hour with the construction paper brown bag.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Well, I can't wait to hear from you next week. Okay, we appreciate
I'll
it.
send a picture.
Yes, please do. All right, I look forward to the journey of Dave mid-protest a couple of days here. So good luck, Dave. Thank you.
Thank you. Somebody's got to hold the line.
Okay, there you go. All right. He's brown bagging it on...
Send pictures.
Yeah,
I want to see
pictures.
this.
I can't wait. Okay, our takeaways are next. Welcome back. Sox prop of the day. We're taking under 12.5 runs, even though it's the Sox and the Rockies. They both stink. Ranger Suarez on the mound, so we're saying take under 12.5. You got Red Sox baseball does start at 3:10 this afternoon. So tomorrow you'll have Mark and Jack Webb on the afternoon drive program. What are you leaving with today there, Greg?
Yeah, I'm going to end on a positive one. We just touched on it briefly, but Patrice Bergeron going into the Hall of Fame, having number 37 retired at the Garden. Couldn't happen to a better consummate Boston Bruin, one of the all-time greats that we were lucky to have here for so long.
Marcus?
First day of the rest of our lives. I still don't know how I feel about Giannis in South Beach, but just like my Dolphins, undefeated season, baby. Here we come. This is it.
All right. Okay. It's going to be interesting to say the least. Let's see. I'll go with the Boston Celtics. Didn't work out for Giannis. Can't wait to see how Brad Stevens works this offseason. How's Jaylen Brown feeling today? Have they communicated? Does Jaylen Brown say, I want out, I want my own thing? Because I think there are going to be some suitors. There are some teams that would be lucky to have Jaylen Brown services, and I think the Celtics are still among them. So don't break up just for the sake of it. But I think we're listening for whatever's out there. It'll be interesting to see what comes in. That's going to do it for the Wednesday edition of The Roast. Back tomorrow at 6 a.m. Have a great day.
Hear that? That's the sound of busy. To a restaurant, all that shouting and banging might as well be a symphony. It means the long days and longer nights are paying off. Sure, it's noisy, but there's a worse sound. This, not busy. Busy means business, which is why Toast gives restaurants the tools and tech they need to help them perform under pressure. Sounds pretty good, right? Toast, built for busy.